Welcome back, everybody. This is Glockman4519. I am back with another ROM review, and as the wallpaper shows, this is AOKP, and this is for the Nexus 6. This video is going to be a little bit on the long side. I want to be thorough with this. It has been a long time since I've run, an official AOKP ROM, so I want to be thorough with this. So let's go ahead and get right into this. If you guys have a beer or a soda, crack it now and let's go. Um, I'm going to go right down here to About Phone. This is for the Nexus 6. It is Android version 6.01 AOKP version. This is a Shamu Nightly build March 3rd, 2016. I am definitely running a non-stock kernel. This is CyanogenMod based or CM13 based. It does, from what I can tell, the kernel that comes with it is encrypting. So I am running Elemental X. I just do not want to get encrypted, or I won't get encrypted. It'll just wipe my data. So that's the reason I'm running Elemental X. Um, if I were you guys, if before you go to flash this and run it yourself, do a little research. Go to the Google Plus community. Read as many of the posts as you can, and see if you can get a better determination from it than what I can. From what I am gathering, it is enforcing. So that is the reason I flashed a different kernel. Um, I am running SuperSU 2 I'd be lying if I told you. It's 268, yes. Um, this comes with CM13's root. It does not come with SuperSU, but it does have root. So you don't need to actually flash SuperSU. I like to run Chainfire SuperSU, so I flash it. So that's why I have it. We'll go right into developer options here. There's your advanced reboot. You have your root access. I usually tick ADB and apps both. Your developer options. You want to make sure that you have Android debugging on. All of you don't have to have anything else on like mock location, all that, but you do want to have that Android debugging ticked on. If you hit a wall with this, or you mess your phone up, you have your Android debugging turned on. You're going to be able to go through ADB, push some files, grab some logs. So make sure you guys have that on. If you go down into your animations, again, you're going to find your multi-window mode. If you want to run it, you tick it there. And then, of course, all the way at the bottom is your Kill App back button. I'm going to try to go through these settings as quick as I can because they are almost pure CM13 until we get to the ROM control settings. So here's where you're going to find all your privacy guard. In your privacy settings, you can, you have your call blocker and all that is in there. Security, if you want to encrypt your phone, that's where you're going to do it at. Your device administrator control, it does come with the option to run both the CM or the Android device manager, as a device administrator. I don't like to have any of them. But you do want to have your unknown sources turned on as well. So it's USB debugging and your unknown sources. Make sure that those two things are ticked on first thing right away. If you're new to this, this is going to get you out of some trouble. You want to have the unknown sources ticked on. That way you can sideload apps, and you're not going to be able to do it unless you have that on. Of course, all the way at the bottom is going to be your screen pinning. If we scroll on up here a little bit more, we're going to get into the notifications. That is where your heads up is going to be, your do not disturb, all that. That is all in here. I did miss the lock screen. It's basic lock screen settings. They have that new, I'm pretty sure they had it here. Yeah, the live lock screen. And they also have another place for you to encrypt your phone right there. Kind of weird, but it's there. Um, let's see here. Display and lights. This is standard stuff here. I can't even find anything else that's different on this. Ambient display, it's all there. Um, Next up is going to be the sounds. This is going to be where you can control your ring and your notification sounds and all that. Change your ringtone in that. Remember, do not go by what I have on mine as what comes with the ROM, because I have a lot of custom ringtones loaded on my phone, and these do not come with the ROM. These are your other sound settings. And of course, all the way at the bottom are your vibration control settings. And now let's get into the ROM control. Okay, under the ROM control, we have just the AOKP welcome page. This is going to be where you can go to their website and do all that. And then, of course, you can meet the Kangers, so they say. These are all the people that are involved with building and maintaining, whether it's servers or actually maintaining devices. These are the people that are behind the scenes, so to speak, and the ones that should be thanked for this. They do have an app out that if you purchase it from the Play Store, it's an app that takes you directly to their website. It's like $1.19, but it's just another way for you to donate to them. I got it. I think it's an easy way to make a donation to them. The ROM is definitely worth $1, $1.20. Let's go ahead and get into this. The first settings are going to be general settings. We have our under general settings clock settings. Now these are your lock screen clock and your widget clock settings. Next is going to be the recent settings. These are just going through and setting up all your recents, whether you want it to full screen, all that. Search bar, everything is there. And then we have the wake lock blocker. If you want to use that, that is where you would set that up at. Then we have lock screen settings. You have your lock screen wallpaper blur. All of that is in there. Weather control. I went through. I pretty much set it all up. I did notice, though, even though I set it up and did it properly, I did not get my temperature up there. So that is a little bug. I'll explain something else with that as we go here. Status bar, temperature. Now this is the very first setting that comes up under status bar, and it's pretty much the first half of this is all about setting up that temperature in your status bar. When you start to set this up, you may get through, say, placement. And once you hit where you want to put it, you're going to get settings has stopped. It's going to go right to the lock screen, and you're going to have to unlock it, and it'll come right back to this again. So just be prepared for that, guys. I had to bear through it, to get this all set up. But once you get through and you're done with the temperature or this one little setting, it works from there on out. Nothing else screws with it except for that one thing. And guess what? It's not working. So, it could be because I have a bunch of other icons up there right now. I'm not 100% sure, but I haven't seen it working yet since I set it up. So we have also you have custom carrier settings underneath that, and you can color that. And of course, you have other status bar control settings too, Super Suit settings, headphone settings, all that is down there. If you swipe to the right, you're going to get your battery settings. I wish this had a battery bar in it. It does not, though. It doesn't, from what I can tell, 3-minute mod doesn't work. So I do have this set up, and it's just standard battery settings. Then we have our clock settings. This is where you're going to set up your clock. Right, left, center, whether you want it or not. Color it, AM, PM, date, date format. All that's going to be here. And another nice thing they do is they give you the option to change the size of it. I really like that. Now we're going to get into the network trafficking. This is something I like. It's an old feature. It's been around for a long time. Basically lets you know when you have data coming in and going out. You can choose one or the other, or choose them both, or choose none at all. I do choose to have them both showing, and I like to color them. So that is where you set that up. Next is going to be our notification drawer. You have your quick pull down. You can decide whether you want to run that on the right, left, or not even have it at all. And of course, you have your show weather. You click that on, and then your clear all button, and you can actually choose what color you want that to be. Under the hardware, these are your hardware keys. This is going to be your volume button control, power button control, things like that. Um, they're all here. I guess they're figuring your keyboard as part of your hardware buttons too. This is where you're going to set all that up at. Next is going to be our power menu. They do have a really good choice for the power menu. I've seen more choices. I think the choices that they have here are almost perfect. So I'm happy with this. All right, navigation bar. This is where you go to set up your navigation bar, of course. And you have your bar or buttons and layout. Uh, you know, you can go left-handed if you want. You got your height. I know it's 48 dpi. It does not go any higher than that. I kind of like Moki. There's a couple other ones out there. I know Pure Nexus goes up to 52. I like that. But this is 48. It's good enough. So I can definitely live with that. You can color it. Since the theme I'm running does not have icons for that. It just, you know, like Vibrance that I was running. I am coloring it this time. Excuse me. And then of course at the bottom you have your slim dim. If you guys know what that is, they do have it here. And then, of course, this is where you would physically change the buttons around. You hit the edit button, you tap and hold, physically pull the button where you want it, hit the save, and you're good to go. I am going to put that back so I don't get confused. And here we go. Next up is going to be sound control. The sound control is going to be basically what you want. On your screen, you want touch screen. You want touch sounds when you touch the screen. Screen locking sounds. Safe headsets. All that. This is where that's going to be. You can pick more or less notifications here. Then, if you swipe to the right, you're going to have your volume steps. And then next up is going to be the user interface. Kind of animations, I guess. List view animation. You're scrolling it. You're scrolling cache. Toast animations. Now, I would really love to see the scrolling modifier in this. That is what AOKP was known for in the past. Uh, their ROM was the ROM that I was actually introduced to that mod. Before that, I was always using exposed modules. But AOKP was the one that brought it right to the ROM, and I really wish that they would bring that feature back. I do know that there are other Marshmallow ROMs out there running it, so it can be done, and I really wish they would do that. Then you have your Gesture Anywhere. If you guys use it, here's where you would find that at. And then all the way over again is going to be just more animations. And these are basically system animations. Last but not least is the app launcher. And when they say app launcher, what they mean is your app circle bar or your app bar. App circle bar is actually one of my favorites. You just go through, pick a couple apps that you want. You include them. I'm just going to pick them real quick. For those of you that have never seen this before and are new, sometimes I forget that there are people that are Googling this and going to YouTube to find out, about a custom ROM or whatever, and they may not know, what the app circle bar is. So you basically pick whatever apps you want on it. You make sure you have that turned on. You'll notice in the right-hand side there is a blue bar there. We want to set that to the width that you want it. I like mine nice and wide because I'm going to make that button pretty small. I'm going to pull this down about here, pull that down about right where my power button's at. And when you touch it, you get a scrolling wheel that's got the apps that you picked on it. It's just a quick shortcut to those apps. The app bar is basically the same thing. except it is a bar. It's not a wheel. That's all it is. Well, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm going to go over the theme real quick. I usually do that. I do have the theme already on, and this is a brand new theme I'm bringing to you guys. It is gradient. I have showed you gradient before, but this is flow gradient orange. So this is a totally new coloration. I thought it was probably the best pick for AOKP. When I think of AOKP, I think of purples and pinks and oranges. Just for some reason I do. And I thought this was the perfect pick for it. So I am running status bar, nav bar, style, and icons. I'm running all those features from this theme. My fonts I am running from the transparent orange. And of course, my boot animation is just stock because if you're running AOKP, you got to be running stock AOKP boot animation. Quickly, I will just show you what it looks like with this theme. Your drop down looks like that. These are what your quick setting tiles look like. There are your notifications. A couple apps that it themes: calculator, onboard file manager, and let's see here. That's what XDA would look like themed. I'm not going to wait for it to load. For some reason, XDA is really loading slow lately, so it could be my location. I don't know. These are all the Google apps that it works with. This is the calendar, Google Calendar. This is what it looks like. Gmail. That's what this thing looks like with that. Google Search. Google Plus. And of course, if you guys want to go look at this ROM, all you have to do is go to the AOKP community, and this is where you would download it at. Then we have Hangouts. This is what Hangouts looks like. And of course, I don't have any conversations, so. Play Store. And YouTube. Quickly, I will show you what the dialer looks like. That's what the dialer looks like. And of course your quick contacts from your dialer. This is what contacts looks like. And messaging. Messaging, really, that's it right there. And this is Google Messenger too, so it's, you would think it would really hit this one a lot better, but it doesn't. Alright guys, that is it for this ROM overview. I hope you liked it. I tried to keep it as short as I could, but again guys, AOKP has not been out for any device that I own anyways, since KitKat. And I was just excited as hell when I heard that this was going to be out. It was a request on my Google community. One of you guys put a request in if I would take a look at this and do a quick video. And absolutely, I mean, this is one of my all-time favorite ROMs, AOKP. I cut my teeth on AOKP. These are one of the first ROMs I've ever flashed. This and Carbon ROM. And it was a shame that both this and Carbon went by the wayside for the longest time. I thought Carbon was making a comeback, and then they quit building again. So it's, who knows. I really hope AOKP keeps this up. They're heading in the right direction. They've got a good solid ROM. I don't see any issues with it so far. Um, I want to thank all my subscribers. I really appreciate all the people that have subscribed. This started out as me wanting to throw some videos out for a couple of my friends, and it turned into quite a bit more. So I really appreciate it, guys. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And remember, if you see a ROM out there that you want to know what it's like before you flash it, uh, give me just give me a quick message or go to my Google community page, put in a request, and if I have that device, I'll flash it. I'll make a video of it, and that way you can at least look at it before you throw it on your device. So you guys all take care, and I will see you on the next one.